We're live, man.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. I guess it's good morning for you on the West Coast, depending on where you're at in the world. Let me turn my brake on here so I don't flop around. But I'm gonna fumble through today on live. We've got a bunch of products to talk about. And we have a bunch of different ideas over the week. We're gonna do today from say 1 to whenever, 1 to 3 or 4. And then we're gonna do Friday, 3 different streams. And we're gonna sort of bounce back and forth between my channel, the Matt Warren channel, the Obsessed Garage channel. And then we're gonna do a couple of streams on Saturday, a couple on Sunday, and then we'll wrap up and sort of bring it home on Monday. So just keep an eye out, and if you're interested in certain products or want to find out more about what we're doing, I thought it would be kind of fun to telethon style a lot of this stuff and tell you some stories about some of the products and some of the reasons why, or some of the deals we got going on. To be perfectly honest with you, a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about here today, I've spent a lot of time with the products team working on, cleaning up the site. One of the things I'd envisioned from the very beginning with the Obsessed Garage site has been, it's very specific. We're curating products. Of course, the epiphany with the pressure washing project was, I think there's a good, better, best. We call it basic, advanced, ultimate. So there's a pathway to have different versions of the product, but there's a certain point where you have too many options, too much stuff. It gets too complicated, and then what happens is I spend a lot of time up front talking about a product, building the case for it, sharing the discovery process. But then when you have too many products, it becomes difficult to support it and continue to talk about it and share it. I mean, there's only so many videos a week I can make. I can make more videos than the channels can handle. And we found also that making videos every single day is just too much for people to digest. So anyway, today what I'm going to do is go through a lot of the different things that I hate this word, but the guys talked me into it, door busters. Makes my brain want to explode. But we're getting me closer to being a normie, to being a nice guy, to being an average bloke, an average fella here, where I'm using nomenclature that the normal, regular people use, and I'm making videos that people actually want to watch, I think, which is a foreign subject for me. And so selling stuff at sweet deals is what normal people want. To me, I mean, I don't want to pay more for something, but I don't want a freaking sweet deal. I want the product that I want when I want it, and I want it, whatever it takes to get it. But we're throwing that in the dumpster, and I'm gonna just swallow my pride, and we're gonna sell some stuff on the cheap. Largely because when I do this culling and cleaning up of the website, I want to provide as much value as possible on the website, make sure our descriptions are clean, the product photos are dialed, everything looks OG spec, and then I can really support the smaller number of SKUs. And it also, you guys you're gonna help me kind of clean up inventory. I've got a lot of stuff that we've accumulated, some stuff from giveaways, some stuff that just doesn't fit the long-term business plan, which we can talk about. I'm sure we'll talk about over the next weekend. So what do you think? What's the first product I should do? Should we do hats first, you think? I'm just going to go on top left of our doorbuster stuff.
Yeah, I think kicking off with hats is good, and we actually have a bunch of them
Yep.
back there behind you.
Yep.
We have some crazy deals on them.
I'll grab some of those. They can hear you, Nick?
Yes, they can
Do you
hear
have a
me.
mic? So the hat story, it's funny, here's the original hat. Do we still sell these? We got these to sell out too? Is the original hat up there? I don't think it is. I don't see it. But we have, this is the original hat. This was, I was a super fan of the old school, flex fit. It has the, the flex fit lining underneath. And so I'd found these, and we had them embroidered, and this was the the Pro Performance, the moisture wicking, but the true Yupong. How do we ever figure out how to say that? Yupong, made in Bangladesh, but the true flex fit. That's what I was adamant about in the very beginning. I want the real flex fit hat, not some knockoff version. And so it makes me sad, but with our new hat style, I'll try to explain in a minute, I can't even wear these anymore. It feels wrong. It doesn't feel quite right. But it's a nice hat. I mean, it actually fits me better. I've got like a medium-sized head, I think, medium to slightly extra medium head. But these hats, now that we have our new version, it just doesn't feel as comfortable. But these guys, this came about, let's see, this is probably 2015 when I started chasing and calling Yupong direct and trying to get avenue to be able to buy these hats, and then they had pretty significant minimums. I think I talked them into allowing me to buy 72 at a time, and then I bought these in a couple of different hex versions of the hat. But we've kept this for years. It comes in 2 different sizes, and large XL, and then small medium. I think my head's like 7 3/8. It's kind of like in between 7 3/8 and 7.5. And I'm wearing a large XL, it's kind of the size. So if you're, say, 7 1/4 and below, you probably want the small medium and just have it, kind of break it in. But these hats, I mean, kind of holds a special place in my heart, but it's got to go. We got to sell them.
And I'll tell you, Matt, the one you have in your hand, we actually only have 1 left in large, and then we have 10 left in small medium.
Okay, so there's only a few of these, so this could be a collector's item, right? But we've sold, what do you think, Bryce? We've sold thousands of these, yeah.
I've ordered so many of those in the past.
Yeah, I mean, we've sold, and in the beginning, I sold lots. So maybe we've sold 10,000 of these hats. We've sold a lot over the years. They're nice. It's a nice hat. But then we found do we have any Richardsons? We still have some regular Richardsons left, don't we?
I believe so.
I think we may still have some of those. I'm throwing off our stream in the first 5 seconds of doing it.
We're getting a little low on those.
Oh, we have do we have white ones?
We do have white ones. So the only Richardson flat bill hat we still have is the 3D Hex in royal blue. And we have 5 of them in small left.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And they're
those better be like
$5.
Those would be $5, dirt cheap. So here's the small medium's a little tight on me, but remember that this is the old, my buddy Wes Bourne made this logo for me. So this is like the old school OG, hex. We still have a few of these left too, the white ones. The white ones, you get them ruined pretty quickly, but these are cool, man. We got these out the other day. I'm like, we still have these things? These are great. So this is coming up on, say 8, 9, 10 years, probably 10 years since I first made these. They're pretty nice, but they look like crap compared to the new ones. Oh, and we have blue ones too. So this has the little G on the back too, the OG thingy. You got to get these. So, I think the blue one's the best one. This one looks great. Yeah. Shoot, maybe I should. I don't even have these anymore in my closet because it's not as comfortable as the new stuff. So then what we've discovered, or I discovered, was the Richardson blank. And then we used the Richardson blank to go and make our own hats. And we went a little too crazy because we had to buy like a certain MOQ. So we had a giant minimum order quantity. But these guys are the ones that Bryce and Nathan and Nick and the whole team sort of worked on these with, who's our buddy that helped us do this? Yeah, David.
David over at Anchor.
Yeah, David at Great Lakes is an OG fan, and he, I forget where I met him. I think I met him through the Rick and Nancy group or something like that.
And so he said, well, we can make you whatever we want. And so Bryce and Nathan worked with them to take the Richardson design, make a more comfortable mesh. It's a more pliable mesh, a more pliable, this is silicone expansion, whatever you call that thingy. And then it has our own tag or our own tape inside. It has a moisture wicking microfiber, whatever you call this thing, and then like the two-tone brim. These are freaking sweet, man. So the reason why we're door bustering these is we have like a trillion of them. So yeah, we had to buy a lot of them. And we got them in different colors, and we have, so the two that we're not going to carry any longer is the dialed-in version and then the Obsessed Garage version. So we have different colors of dialed in, which I think is cool. So we have tone on tone, and then we have, patch type blue. But these all have like the new style with the OG hem tags and the little side hits and all that kind of stuff. But these hats are insane. It'll be the best hat you've ever had. And that was one of the things when I decided to do shirts, hats, any kind of tchotchke. I wanted it to be the best we could get our hands on. And so like these blanks, like my Obsessed Home Theater blank, this is a Los Angeles Apparel blank. And these are somewhere between $9 and $12 a piece just for the blank. And then we have to have it screen printed or embroidered. And so you're talking about, normally, just to give you a little inside scoop, normally, like if you're a YouTuber and you're selling merch, you're doing it on like a canvas blank or a next level blank, and those are $2 to $6. And so they, and they're selling them for $25, $30. They don't fit right. They're not cut properly. Same thing with hats. If you're lucky, you're going to buy somebody's like Richardson hat. And I'm just not interested in that. I wanted that if somebody's going to buy this frickin' thing, that you're going to actually wear it, and it'll be the best shirt that you have. And so I wear two shirts and one hat. I wear Obsessed Garage hats, and I wear either Rogue Fitness or Obsessed Garage because they're printed on either Los Angeles Apparel or original American Apparel blanks. And we do have some that are on the Castell blanks, which are a different style, but kind of nice. But anyway, the dialed-in hat, and then the Obsessed Garage hat. So it has a little Obsessed Garage branding, and all the various colors are just. If you're going to buy some stuff, just throw one in your cart. I'm telling you, we're going to try to sell these out. So we sell them $30. So we're selling them for $18.43, which is probably our cost, I think, or something.
It's just barely above our cost.
Yeah, so we're selling it just enough to cover the credit card fees. And so we'll probably lose a few bucks on them because of shipping, right, when we ship them out to people. But these are the coolest freaking doorbuster ever. And I wouldn't get rid of these. The only reason we're getting rid of them is we're going to keep just the hex hat. So just the little hex. And we're going to keep that narrow, deep, and have the right amount of stock of 4 or 5 colors, and we're going to stay with that. And so for the next few months, I doubt we'll sell these out, on Black Friday, but for the next few months, these will all be discounted heavily to kind of clean out inventory, clean out the shelves, make space for things like the AR635 and some of the big things, big ticket things that we have coming, more and more press-alls, things like that. So hats, something I think you should consider if you want to get a sweet deal. Me and my doorbusters. So these are the ones we're going to keep. So we're going to keep these are not on sale. These are just on the normal sale. I guess I should mention the Black Friday sale. How's it work? So inside the hex, so everybody gets 10% off free shipping, right, on normal items with the exception of some exclusions. What's excluded? CR Spotless is excluded. Rupes is excluded. What else do we have?
So for exclusions, we have CR Spotless, Dynaudio, Lutron, Hafela, Satco, some specific pro slat items, so certain slat walls, things like that, high torque, and bin pack. And when I say bin pack, Quick Jacks have their own special promo, but bin pack specifically does not.
Gotcha. Is the Quick Jacks promo started?
Yep, everyone gets 15% off Quick Jacks.
Okay. Yeah, so they offered us a match. We're going to make virtually zero money on it, but they allowed us to match their sale. So those things are excluded because they would have like a dealer agreement or some sort of pricing structure. One thing I will mention to you, this is the biggest thing we've ever had, is that Sonic is on Black Friday sale. So Sonic cabinets have never been Black Friday sale. So MSS Plus is, so the black cabinets over here are 10% off. Not free shipping on cabinets. But we're doing 10% off free shipping on pretty much everything in the store with the exception of those exclusions. And then if you're an Inside the Hex member, you get an extra 5% off. We had actually opened up the Black Friday thing Friday for Hex members. We sent them an email. And then what I'm going to do next year is kind of open it up. I didn't think about this, but we have Hex Plus and Hex Lite. So what we'll probably do is open up Hex Plus, then maybe open up Hex Lite on the weekend, and then open it up for everybody else. So for all of you, it's live. All the guys talk me into this. I freaking hate it. Like, well, we won't just start Black Friday in July. Why don't we just start it, just run it all year round? But what I'm trying to do is take some of the weight off the warehouse team so they can ship the stuff out and have people waiting less time. So we kind of spread out the orders, and hopefully, if we're lucky, you'll buy more crap, and we'll sell more than normal. But the free shipping thing, I'm probably going to spend $200,000-$400,000 in shipping, and that kind of eats into the potential to make a little bit of money on stuff. But it's kind of makes our year. So I appreciate the support and try to do as much as I can. And so this year we've tried to find some things that we can give you some extra discounts on. So let's talk about shirts. I had this philosophy for a little while, I talked Bryce into, where, hey, let's just make like 1 billion different shirts. Let's make them in every color, every size, every shape, and the issue doing that is that we're always out of stock, because screen printers suck, and it's really, really difficult to get, unless you're like their number 1 or 2 customer. If you're like a top, 25 customer of theirs, we've always had a hard time with them, managing the production of our shirts, and we're sort of one-off and still learning how to run a operation. And so predicting and ordering and trying to stay in stock has always been a difficult thing for us. And so I had this epiphany this year. I would rather have a half a dozen great shirts in the right colors and have them in stock all the time. And so I'm probably not going to do another giveaway. God willing, if we're successful at this and continue to grow our garage design business, that I won't have to do another giveaway ever again. And so a lot of this stuff has come about from either I just wanted a new interesting shirt, or we wanted to do some sort of giveaway special item, and we'd end up with extras at the end. So how do I want to do this here? Let's think about this. By the way, if you go to Obsessed Garage and you click on Black Friday, so click on Black Friday, then you see Door Busters and you click View More, and then there's a page of 30 or 40 things that I'm talking about here today. But the shirt story, and I told you a little bit of it, in 2015, for those of you who don't know the whole, story, 2014, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder. And then I met a psychiatrist and a psychologist. Psychiatrist said I needed to work with a psychologist, met a psychologist, and we came to the conclusion I needed to make some friends. And so I, made a YouTube channel and started talking to the camera. Actually started with journaling my cars on 6 Speed Online, Renlist, and M3 Post, or the Bimmer Post. And then
that turned into the YouTube channel, which then turned into people wanting to know what products I was using, which then turned into me building a WordPress website. And then the next step was I built a Shopify store to sell some t-shirts. It's the same Shopify store we now have today. It's infinitely more sophisticated. But I started the Shopify store, and the reason I did it myself, I went to this place in Orlando where they did drop shipping, and they would produce your shirts. It was a cool service where you'd go there, they'd help you with your logo design, so they design your shirt with you. They would stock it, screen print it, stock it, and ship it for you. And so you would have, you would just use their website. You would send everybody, and they had like a special link to their website. It was a great idea, and they had a really cool facility I went down to, and then and they took something like 30% of the profitability of it, or something like that. So I thought that was reasonable, and then because they did all the work, and I just sent people there. But then I made 5 shirts. And then I did a mock. I said, well, what if I wanted to buy all 5 shirts? And shipping was like $125 or something like that. And I'm like, why is it so much? This can't be. And they said, well, no one's ever going to buy 5 shirts. And I was like, well, you lost your mind. If I found a shirt that I like, I'm going to buy all of them. So that led me to then go and say, you know what, I'm going to make a great shirt. I'm going to do it my freaking self. And my favorite shirts are from Rogue Fitness. So I called them. I got the shirts. I got where they made their shirts. It was Dov Charney at Los Angeles Apparel. He hadn't left there yet. And I found a supplier for the shirts, paid an insane amount of money for them, bought the blanks, found a screen printer, had my buddy Josh from church, help do this fulfillment for us. And rest is history. So we built a Shopify site, and I sold a bunch of shirts in late 2016. But I say I launched the OG store on Shopify in 2017, January 2017, when I launched the pressure washer. But shirts and hats were technically the first thing. So the Flex Fit hats from the true authentic Yupong, and then started with the Los Angeles Apparel printed shirts, and I had I think 6 different versions of it in various colors. And so we're going to clean out some of the shirts, and I'm telling you, any shirt that you buy, gosh, I'm getting real telethon-y on you here, but any shirt that you buy, it's either going to be Los Angeles Apparel, American Apparel, they're all 50-50, or with the exception of a couple of 100% cottons and then the Carhartt shirt, but or a Castell. And so the white ones, are they on closeout?
Yes, they are. Yep, we just launched those. They're on closeout.
Okay. So let's talk. I'll just kind of go from left to right here. So the Obsessed Garage basic shirt is going to stay, but we're going to keep it in specific colors. So if you go to the doorbuster section on the site and you look at shirts, let's see here, Obsessed Garage logo shirt, we call it, and we have a freaking boatload of colors. And so, Nick, you have them all on closeout sale just to clear out some inventory. Is that the plan here?
Not all of them are on closeout sale, so there's certain...
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yep.
So just click the color, and you'll see the black ones, lapis blue, are not on sale, right? They're on normal Black Friday sale. So when you add that to your cart and you do the checkout, does the Black Friday code automatically populate, or does it...
Yeah, Black Friday automatically populates for everybody on everything.
So if I add a navy shirt, which is one we're going to keep, and I add that to my cart, and I go to checkout.
If we did our job correctly, it will give you 10%. If you're logged in, you'll get 15%.
Nope, I'm not getting anything there, Nick. Uh-oh.
We'll double check that.
Uh-oh. This is why we do this live, so we can show how stupid we are. So if I add a black shirt, is there a minimum?
I actually know why that's causing an issue, and I'm going to fix it right now.
Okay, why is it?
It's because the product wasn't tagged correctly.
Uh-oh.
But we will.
Because it was
adjust the
tagged as
price.
a doorbuster, but not the...
So if we put the tag on that product page, since they're variants, it
Yeah.
would apply the discount to everything. It wouldn't just apply to the ones that aren't discounted.
Got it.
So it's
Okay.
it's an easy fix. It'll be fixed before the end of the stream.
Okay. Well, see, I'm finding problems here as we go through it. So, by the way, if you have it, is something you're like, it's just this should be 10 or 15% off, just email support@obsessedgarage.com. The guys are standing by right now. There's 3 of them in there right now, working through your questions, and so if there's some issue, just let us know. And we got time here, and hopefully by the end of Black Friday, we'll have everything completely dialed. But anyway, the Obsessed Garage basic shirt or logo shirt, this is the white version. Just know that the white LA Apparel 50/50, we just made these. Actually, I really love this shirt. I love this shirt because I'm a lot thinner than I have been. It's pretty see-through though. That's why we had like a bunch of white ones like sitting in a box, and so Bryce had it printed, did the gray logo on it. I think it's a really cool shirt. But the ones that are on sale, I'm telling you, this will be the best shirt that you've ever owned. The heather gray, so that's a tri-blend shirt. Let's see. The heather plum, the heather lieutenant, which is like a green, forest, the heather black, which is like a dark charcoal gray, the Kelly green. Shoot, I don't have a Kelly green shirt. I need to go get one of those. The heather lake blue. Shoot, I really like that shirt, Nick. That's my favorite shirt.
And so just to give some context here as well, we're eliminating a lot of SKUs. We're eliminating 160 plus SKUs just in shirts. But that frees us up from holding so much inventory to be able to do drops. So it's not that we're never going to sell cool color shirts again or do cool designs. It's just they'll be more intentional and we won't stock them all forever.
And then the dialed-in shirt. The dialed-in shirt is inspired from the Rich Froning shirt, where he has Galatians down the side, and so I love this shirt. But I forget which dialed-in ones. What are we doing with that? The dialed-in is going to become obsolete. Breaks my heart. But that one, this one we'll do in a drop, in the future. But all colors of the dialed-in are dialed in for sale. So we're selling them just a few bucks above cost. Hopefully you guys will buy them and we won't have to sell them for any less than that. And then so this is the heather black color, which is, I believe they call them poly cotton 50/50s. So some of the heathers are 50/50s and some of the heathers are tri-blends. But the heather stuff is a little softer, a little bit lighter weight than the traditional 50/50. Like if you do lapis blue or you do just the solid black. But these, I'm telling you, it's cut. The best shirt you'll own, no question. And then you'll be like, man, why did I wait so long to buy these? So the dialed-in shirts are freaking sick. Like here's an example of of a green, one of the greens, heather greens, the Obsessed Garage logo shirt. Man, can't believe we're selling these on the cheap. We have the dialed-in shirt, which was for, I believe, the E92 giveaway, and we just kind of kept it. So this is for all you hot boys out there. I don't even keep this shirt in my closet. Yeah, if I do the GTR, I'm gonna have to start doing some of this stuff. So then these shirts are a little different. This version of the OG shirt is a Castell blank, and so it's printed a little differently. These have a reinforced neck lining. They're cut slightly differently. They're a little bit shorter,
than the 50/50s, than the Los Angeles Apparel and the American Apparel stuff, but they do fit really well. I'm a big fan of these. And they had a bunch of different colors that LA Apparel didn't manufacture, and so we produced some of these on some different shirts. The whatever we call that logo, the Obsessed Garage version. Yeah, is that what we call it, modern logo?
And then we're gonna get rid of, so the Heather Black
Obsessed Garage shirt. It's pretty sweet.
Then, oh, shoot. The Minimalist shirt. You should just buy this shirt because this shirt is sick. This one's not on, this will just be on normal Black Friday sale. But when you're buying your shirts, just add one of these to the cart. You'll freaking love it. Little OG, subtle, so you're not having to totally represent the brand.
Yep, and we're actually keeping 3 colors of the Minimalist. The only one that's going away is the Heather Forest.
The other one you should buy
This is my favorite shirt. This will stay forever, is the black OG logo shirt.
And then let's see here. The other shirt that you guys will everybody loves. I don't like these, but everybody else likes them. And these buy a size smaller. So if you're a large, buy a medium. If you're an XL, buy a large. I don't know. Can I fit in a medium? I don't know.
No, Matt, you cannot fit in a medium.
but these are pretty big. I don't know.
When I size down, it's like I have to be oversized when I do it.
All right, let me try it. I got to try this because
I think I might be a medium.
now these might shrink a little bit. Let me just test this out here. This is a good live stream where you go off camera. This might be real tight. Let's see. I don't like the cut of the Carhartt shirt, but it is a really durable setup here. Yeah, look, it's close. Let's see here. Let's see, we got them scrambling the mic here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm right on the edge. I'm a little...
Toeing the line.
Yeah.
This is if I'm feeling like if I did a 72-hour fast, like this is what I'd put on a medium. So, yeah, because I'm kind of squeezing into larges. And so, but I had an XL version. I'm like, I'm swimming in it. And so, yeah, large. So you want to go like, you want to think half size down. So if you're like squeezing into an XL, then an XL will fit you great. If you're squeezing into a large like I am, then a large is going to be good. If you really just want to, have maximum tightness, then you could go full size down. So I could still pull this off, It's just a little, actually I kind of like it better now that it's not so droopy. But these are on normal sale. We're not closing these out. These are going to stay in the store. Even though I don't like them, there's 30 of us here, so I'm starting to listen to some reason here. Yeah. Should I try the small on, see how that goes?
Yeah, you should.
Extra medium. I think I might split it. All right. Maybe I should keep this shirt on and sell it. By the way, the Obsessed Home Theater shirts are also on sale on the Obsessed Home Theater site as well. This blue shirt is pretty sick, so you might want to go get it. What other shirts we got here? Minimalist red is pretty sick. So the garage giveaway shirt, this Castell white is like one of my favorite shirts. This is what I wear to run in. No, I ruin it because do burpees in the dirt and stuff all the time. But this shirt is freaking sick. This is the Castell blank. This white is not as see-through as the. Luckily, I'm the same shade white as this white shirt, so you don't see much there. But these were we have 2 different colors. It's a really cool shirt. You're gonna buy it for $16. I think it's pretty sick. Now here's the heather gray version or heather black version. And then,
Where do you have your mic placed?
Sorry about that. Put the mic back on.
Questions coming through whenever you're ready to.
What you got? I'm getting all excited about all my old shirts, and now I'm like, I'm not wanting to get rid of them.
All right. First question right now is from Drew's Detail Garage. He says, Matt, are you keeping a fragrance pouch in each of your cars, and how are they holding up?
Yes. Yeah, every car has one. My favorite is leather and pine, but I have all the different scents in various cars. You should get somewhere around, 3 months if you got a stinky outdoor parked like family car. Just go out and shake it up once a month, just kind of pat it around. If you are like me and it's in the garage kept, my Evo, it's been in there for like a year and a half and it's still rolling. So it just depends on, just like most things, same as like a glass coating. It depends on how aggressive you are on your wiper usage, on how long your glass coating is going to last. But I mean, it's the longest lasting fragrance option I've ever experienced. And I actually just talked with Doug and Kenna about it the other day. I said, the really expensive part of that thing is the darn bag. And if you put the stuff, the beads, inside the wrong type of bag, it doesn't permeate properly. And so we're just gonna keep doing it in the best option, because if we change the bag or try to reduce the price, because I want to reduce the price, we could sell it wholesale and put it on Amazon, because the thing is freaking great. It's the best interior fragrance thing I've ever experienced. So that is, I don't have one of those here, do I? We'll talk about that later this week. But yeah, the fragrance thing is in one of each car. I have leather and leaves, and I think I have leather and pine in my M3. No, in my Bronco, leather and leaves in my GT4, leather and pine in my GT3 RS. What are the other two scents?
There's
the E92 scent in my E92.
And then there's dialed in.
Yeah, and then the dialed in scent. The E92 scent is the citrused one. And then the dialed in one is what I have in my Evo. So it's pretty sick. You should really consider it. Last couple of shirts, the Mattyism shirt, which is still one of my favorites. This one will go, this one here, super simple, clean hex shirt. I like this much more than the regular hex, because the regular hex kind of gets heavy. And so this one is more minimal feeling on your chest. And then last was dialed in heather. And then we also have hoodies. I did about 1,000 lunges, so I'm about ready to break. But we do have these stormproof hoodies. So we have these to get rid of as well. We have them in green, blue, and I think black. These are like ultra high quality, ultra awesome hoodies. The only thing I've noticed is, like, I have one that's like 2 years old that I wore a ton. It will start to get some pilling on the arms after you wash it like 50 times. But these are super durable, super, super sweet. It's from a company called Storm Tech is the blank. But we're gonna move on from these guys. And then also we have the, what are the blanks on these? This is same thing, Storm Tech. We have a few of these left over of the black hoodies. I like these in a size up. So I wear these, XL or 2XL, just because I like, the bulkiness of having the hoodie. So I think I've belabored the point of apparel, hats. We're gonna kind of continue to run this, and clean it up. And so once again, if you go and you see that it's not a sale price, like if it doesn't show, the price on it, then it's one we're gonna keep long term. We have the Helen shirt as well, the Amira shirt, ones that I didn't show you. So those are also, in the listing of stuff available. We have a long sleeve T-shirt as well, too, and then we have the Minimalist hoodie, and a couple other stormproof hoodies as well. So, one of the Carhartt shirts is going, right?
Yep, the gray one is leaving. And so, departing from just the shirts for just a minute here, we have another question about the Liquid Element T4200 5-inch polisher. He's asking if there's any discounts, and I think that's a great opportunity to talk about the new Pro one.
Okay.
And the discounts we have on it. It's just our standard discount, but still, it's new, it's exciting, it's really good.
Yeah, so a lot of people are asking, I see this often in the Facebook group, about the Liquid Elements polishers that are available in the U.S. Right now, you have we have the A1000, but it's out of stock everywhere. So I think that more of those are coming. Let me just pull it up here. What is Liquid Elements? Yeah, the A1000 1-inch is out of stock on our site, but it's out of stock. It's coming through us. So everything that comes in the U.S. comes through us. So I know more of those are coming. But the 1-inch polisher is here with batteries, available. The 2 5-inch polisher, you have the corded and you have the cordless. So the T4200, the T5300, I think, is the higher powered version, isn't here yet in the U.S. They showed it, but it's not here yet. It's not available yet in the U.S. And then this guy, which you've seen me using a ton, if you're going cordless, which you should, I would highly recommend if you can swing it. You want to do the A4500. Now it comes complete kitted with the batteries. So Liquid Elements branded specific batteries. This is the bag it comes in. But this is the 5-inch, 15 millimeter orbited. I think the most balanced, best, current best 5-inch polish you can get. The Rupes is smoother, but with a higher frequency vibration that I don't like, and it's got the weird swan neck. Plus, it tends to be real problematic. It tends to break a lot, from my experience. And then we have the Milwaukee, which is nice. The Milwaukee's okay. We have the Flex, which is pretty terrible, because we have the Flex 18 volt XFE 15, and then you have the Flex, I forget what the model number is, on the 24 volt. The 18 volt Flex is pretty decent. I sold it for a while. It just lacks power. It's underpowered. But the 24 volt only works with like 1 or 2% of pads. It just doesn't work with very much. And so if you're getting a 5-inch polisher in a perfect world, now the new Rupes 1-inch is the way to go. So the new Nano, which we should have in stock here soon, wouldn't be on sale anyway. The 5-inch LE, this guy here, the A4500 with the battery kit, $470 for this, for the full kit. And then you're gonna want the 3-inch Mirka, So the 3-inch Mirka is the way to go. And I would buy the Mirka with the 2.5 amp hour batteries. I think it's the best option. If you have two 2.5 amp hour batteries, we sell it in 2 kits, the 5 and the 2.5. You save a little bit of money on the 2.5 amp hour, and then these batteries are much smaller, so it's more universal on more cars, because the bigger battery can kind of get in the way at times. And you'll find that you won't run out of battery if you swap batteries, have one on the charger and one in the tool, and just swap back and forth. But this guy is the smoothest, cleanest sounding thing on the planet. I still don't have confirmation. We're hoping that if you do buy one of these and they do offer trigger lock, we're hoping that the trigger lock will be a software update through the application. My gut tells me, knowing all that I know and knowing all the behind the scenes, my gut tells me it's like 75-25. We have a 75% chance that they'll come out with a trigger lock, and the 75% chance that you'll be able to upgrade this. I wouldn't wait. Even if there was a 25% chance is a pretty high odds that like they're not going to be able to add trigger lock via software. But I would just buy 2 of these. You know, it's maybe not the world's worst thing to have a couple of these guys. But the 3-inch Mirka, shoot, I haven't held a brand new one in a while. This one needs to go in the back anyway, so both of these do. So these are the polishers that are in my cabinet. The new Rupes, I have one over there. And we don't need to do quads anymore. You don't need to do 4 of them because now there's just a long neck and it has an adjustable or removable head, so you can quickly interchange between the heads. So we'll have that on the site here shortly. We should have it up, next week or so. But if you're getting polishers, we have tons. Do we have tons of these in stock? We have some of these in stock. I think we have tons of them.
We're getting you a number right now. I think we have quite a few of them in stock. We have 215.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Just, buy it, add it to your cart. If you're thinking about getting a 5-inch polisher, I mean, right now, Mirka's not at close. I think this is the best option. I think this is the best solution. If you're going corded or you want to save some money, do the A4200. If you want the smoothest, torquiest, best polisher, the best 5-inch on the market right now is the Rupes LHR 15 Mark V. So that, I believe, is the best polisher, but you got to deal with the cord. So I have one of those in my cabinet, but I use this thing almost exclusively because I think this is a little bit better than the Milwaukee, and it's, $100 less, something like that. And yes, you're going to have some different batteries, but I think it's worth it. So the Liquid Elements polishers in stock. We got them just in time for Black Friday. So I would highly recommend it. We got the Mirka right here.
Put it on display there.
By the way, if you want great hangers, my favorites are Bend and Hook. I don't sell these, but I probably should. And I forget what these metal ones are, but these are sick too. I found this metal one that somebody had sent me a while back. I forget what brand that is. So something I've been thinking about, this is on Doorbuster blowout sale, and maybe I should take this off. I need to test this. Somebody had suggested, thanks to, somebody sent me an email, this is the wrong tube, that the original sprayer works with traceless, because the new sprayer, because the seals are different, the seals are specifically designed for higher alkalinity, and so the original industrial spray heads, actually this is the original household spray head in blue, that it may actually last a long time with traceless. So I'm going to test this out, and I kind of like this idea. But we'll modify it. So these are on crazy closeout. I'm trying to blow these suckers out because I've got a freaking billion of them. Let's look at that.
The blue one you have in your hand is $6.39, and we have 317 of those.
Oh boy, stock. Yeah, okay. But if you want, these are the original household spray head, and I'm thinking take this tip off, order the stainless tip, and then use it with traceless. Put it on your fluorinated bottle, so put it on your Pro Series bottle. So if you're like me and you have the traceless in your bottle and you nuke the head, buy one of these on the cheap and test it out. So throw this in your cart, throw a couple of these in your cart, and I think that maybe it may last longer. It's probably going to nuke the plastic head, and it'll probably split the head because the high alcohol content. But if you swap this with a stainless, I'm going to try it and see how it works. By the way, we do have Pressall Pro Series black and translucent bottles in stock, ready to roll. And then these original guys, I still want to do something with these in the future, where we bring these back in different colors in the future. The problem is getting a label on them. And so we still have some of these red ones. These are on sale as well, closeout sale to sort of clean these up. But we have quite a few of these, and these are like 50% off roughly, something like that.
Yeah, the reds are BOGO actually.
Oh yeah, buy one get one. Yeah, you should. If you like the red and you just want a decent sprayer, what's going to happen with certain products? The plastic tip's going to fail. So if you wanted to modify it, just take and swap the tip. Get a couple of stainless tips. You can modify these and use them around the house. But there's no good labeling system because these are like three-dimensionally whatever. There's no flat spot on it to actually put a label. So, but these are the original. These are the original industrial spray heads with 180-degree sprayer. So it has the acrylic tube, whatever the heck that is, the harder plastic tube. But these are what they call 180 degrees because they'll spray sideways. And these are the original flagships that have now been superseded by the new Pro Series. But we do still have some of these left. I don't think we sold out all the green ones and black ones, and so we just have a few reds left to sell off. So if you want a sweet deal and you want to bury an entryway into Press All, you can do it. Our wallet, are we closing this out or what are we doing here?
Yeah, we're running a deal on it. It's not like a full blowout, but we're getting a special deal on it.
Yeah, this freaking wallet's great. You want this wallet, I'm telling you. Took me a little stubbornness to transition from my Ridge wallet. It's so much better, I'm telling you. So much better than a Ridge because it's much more functional. And this is the OG version, which is blue. Alcantara. It has the a titanium cash clip. And then what you do is you put card here. So in my case, I have my OG Amex and my personal Amex. And then on the sides is where you would put your cards. So you pull this little seatbelt strap thingy. And so you put I have my license, my debit card, or my ATM card. I don't use it as a debit card, my ATM card, and my other personal card. And then I have on the left side, I have my Tesla key card and my Chase Inc. business card. And then I can keep comfortably like $2,000 or so in cash in here, and it has a pretty sick magnet. And I fiddle with this thing all the time, and it hasn't failed yet. So I'm telling you, just buy one of these. It'll be the freaking best wallet you've ever had, and it fits nicely in your back. I've always put my wallet in my front pocket, but it's just so much more functional than the Ridge stuff. So I can't recommend it enough. But we are. This is in the doorbuster category. It's pretty sick. What other questions you got, Nick? Got anything for me?
Yes, we do have some questions coming in. Somebody asked, Johnny says, will there be a sale on the wall-mounted vacuum? And the answer to that is yes. It is our standard sale on them. But if you'd like to talk about it, we can pan the camera over and...
Yeah, let's talk vacuum while we're at it. We're going to do a full design tour of the design studio, or my studio in the back. OG vacuum. So a lot of people they ask. I see this question a lot when we post about the vacuum. They say, "Well, what's special about it?" The motor is not special. I think the company's called Ambac. It's a Mexican manufactured motor that's in pretty much every central vacuum. And there's two types. There's a bypass type, which is like this one is, and there's the tangential type. I have the tangential at my house at home. Theoretically speaking, this tangential type, it cools itself through the suction, so it sucks and cools at the same time. The tangential type has a separate exhaust and intake port. And so it's more robust. But when we did all the testing, we found that it was at least 3 to 4 times louder. So substantially louder to do the more robust motor. It cost hundreds of dollars more and got similar water lift, not quite as much volume. So the CFM rating is higher on a tangential, but the water lift, the actual suction, the usable suction is actually a little bit greater on the bypass type. And so this is a bypass type, and where this comes from, this specific canister and design and packing, the way that it's set up, comes from the pet grooming industry. So my friend Grant, who's like a 35-year vacuum nerd, he talked me into this. I wanted the tangential, I wanted the fanciest motor, I wanted it to be the most suction, the most flow. But after testing them, I had 5 or 6 different ones that Grant had sent me. So he vetted them, sent them to me, said, try this. I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like that. And so the reason why, what's special about this is not so much the motor. The motor's good. It's probably in a commercial setting, it's a 2.5 to 3 year motor. In a setting like our garage, should last a lifetime. To replace the motor is a couple $100 in the future, so it's not a big deal, and it's pretty user serviceable. But the special part about it is the packing. So the sound deadening and packing inside of this is what sets this apart. The way that you change the bag is I would get a little step stool and I change the bag. You've seen me put this up in the attic, and everybody's like, well, how do you change the bag? What, do you got to go up in the attic every time? You will literally change this bag, unless you're just cleaning out, minivans with piles of Cheetos every single day. You're going to change this bag maybe once a year, maybe once every, in my case, probably once every 2 years. But it's a bag type. It's not wet dry. It's dry only. When you go to central vac like this on wall, I have a wet dry vac that I keep in the closet somewhere that I don't want to break out if I don't have to. But this specific type is a bag type. Bag types are always more, I think, more efficient, and they tend to have better suction. And so the way that we have this one set up, we have it set up in the wall mount configuration with a hose reel. The hose is still, you got to fight for the hose. The hose tends to be problematic. We've tried like 50 different hoses. The problem with vacuums is hose and accessory. We've kind of found the end of the rainbow of what's available, trying to find the best that exists. And at some point, we're going to have to kind of make our own if we ever make it big in the vacuum space. But the way that it works is you have our 50-foot hose on a Cox reel, which then connects to the inlet of the vacuum. And then you have the exhaust section, which has a muffler on it, so it makes it extremely quiet and has insane suction capability. So this vacuum with all the packing, when I'm standing next to it and having a conversation with you, if you take the suction component out of it, I think it operates at something like 64, 65 decibels. So it's extremely quiet for a vacuum. And to me, these are like little minimal changes, little minimum adjustments over buying like a Vacuum 8 or something like that from a big box. This to me, fit, finish, the style, how it looks, it's super simple, clean. We send it with an OG sticker that I never put on it. It says OG vacuum system. But the combination of either a really great hose reel setup or, if you can do the hide-a-hose system as well. And so we have all the different packages where you can buy the base vacuum on its own if you already have your own stuff, and all the way up to buying the hide-a-hose system. Those will all be 10% off, free shipping, for the vacuum system. And don't be afraid, I should say, If it says reserve your spot, that means we've sold out in the last day or two. We have more stuff coming. So Mark and Jason and Drew, the purchasing team is monitoring the website with the purchasing guys to see, what's selling and what do we need to be getting in short order. And what we're going to do is we're going to have Nathan and the technical support team emailing once a week after Black Friday to keep people up to date of where your stuff is at. To make sure if you bought a gift or something and you're concerned that it is showing up in time. So we're going to be very transparent, very up to date on where things are and what things are coming and what things aren't. So don't be afraid to buy something that doesn't say in stock, because we have trucks rolling in every day over the next month and a half here. But the vacuum system's pretty sick. And then we have an accessory package. If you want to pan me over here, the accessory package I keep in this drawer over here. I don't know why it shows this drawer, but the accessories are as good as we got. Where you have like the interior brush, we have the Swiss Trax floor cleaner, and then various of the the crevice tool, the little turbo guy, the typical brush, and then your normal carpet cleaner. So we have all those accessories as well. They come with the packages. And so the nice thing about going to the Obsessed Garage website is that the packages get you everything you need. Installation on that is pretty simple. We actually just put a video up last week on the OG channel to talk about the how to do it. Mike shows you exactly how to do it, because we did one in the back here. So I guess technically now I have like 3 of these things, and then there was a 4th one in Helen that I don't own anymore, and then we're gonna have another 1 or 2 down in Middleton. So mine at my house is the tangential, and I don't like it. It's too freaking loud. And the suction difference is like negligible. The only disadvantage to the bypass type is that when if you put it on your hand, it'll go into like a bypass so it doesn't burn up the motor. It's still sucking, but it there's like a little bleeder valve that opens up and kind of relieves the pressure off the motor. That's the only thing to keep in mind. Got any other questions before I keep telethon in here?
No questions for you right now. You are free to telethon.
How many people we got? Like 6, 7? Not many. Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, thanks. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. So as for all the holidays, we have GFX in stock. GFX is the Christmas-scented version of GSF. It smells so good. I almost want to just kind of keep this open. It just gets you in that darn Christmas spirit. And the one thing you're going to want to get as well is get the squeezer, the squeeze bottle. So this is the production version. This is what we have in stock. Black dispensing top. It has the right size orifice, so soap comes out nicely. We haven't figured out how to put a label on it yet. But it's freaking sick. I got to go back and check. We'll do that when we do the stream from the garage this weekend. I put touchless in the squeeze bottle. So I put Decon soap, Reset, GFX, GSF, and touchless in the squeezers to sort of test it out. And my guess is that I go back there, the touchless is probably seeping through the bottle, but we're going to find out. But the press-all squeeze bottles are in stock and shipping, and you freaking want it because it's awesome. Especially if you have the bottles and sprayers, you want to have this because it matches. Next coming will be the gallons, 5 liters that we're working on. So probably early to mid next year. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Solos are back in stock. The OG version of the Solos has like a modern Marvel battery, that lasts forever. And
we've got a couple, like 1,000 or so of those, so we've plenty of those to go.
So these are back in stock and available in the normal, normal OG sale. Not a doorbuster, but those are a normally stocked item. This is pretty sweet. I use this thing all the time. So we have some of these left. These are on major closeout, right? This is the OG towel. So it has a little hex on it, doesn't it? Does this one have a little? Yeah, it has the little OG logo. And then I should probably take this thing home. I like these. I use these a lot. What is this made out of? Is it microfiber? I don't think it is because I don't wash it. But it's a gym towel, funk resistant, pet hair resistant. I don't know, whatever it is. It's made out of recycled plastic, so it's got to be some version of microfiber. It's a Nomadics Mini. And so we have these on super cheap, but it's the freaking sweet towel that we had for, I think we brought these for what, the E92 giveaway? So when we brought them in, we've had them since. And so we still have some of these left on doorbuster deals. Yeah, we don't do a lot of tchotchke stuff. The one tchotchke thing we do that we're selling for darn near nothing is OG giveaway key tag thingy majigs. These ones are cool. And then the little OG hex guys. And we also have some of the Koken little ratchet keychain. We bought a bunch of these things. They talked me into this saying, people love this. Well, not smart people, so. But apparently regular people like this kind of thing. Yeah. So there's this little Koken. It's a functioning little ratchet, but it's a little ratchet keychain that, I mean, we have these dirt cheap, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, they're $16.
Yeah, they sell them for $45.
Yep.
So that's like probably we're losing a bunch of money on these puppies.
We are actually not losing money on those, but we're not making any money.
Yeah. And then our racing tags, which are awesome. These are great. These racing tags we're selling for like $3. These are like anodized aluminum, freaking sick. And they get like a nice patina when you beat it up with your keys over time. Michelle really likes these. We have them in black, blue, and like a titanium looking finish. Is it titanium?
Yeah, solid titanium.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Oh, the titanium one's $6. Yeah, these are pretty sick. You're going to want one of these. Your keychain that says Obsessed Garage on the back.
Unfortunate racing doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Still cool.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. And then you got these little Prometheus lights that we have to clear out that we bought for, I think for the last giveaway. These things are pretty neat.
That's just little cuties.
Yeah, little quick disconnect for your keys. So, Chachki City here, people. I'm really telethoning on you right now. So, just throw these in your cart. And then what we'll probably end up doing is after Black Friday, we'll just start throwing them in people's freaking boxes to get rid of them. Do a little promotion. We should start giving them out at, I hate free stuff, but giving them out at different events. And then the kings of the hour, press-alls. They're good, man. They're real good. So this is the fluorinated Press-All Pro Series. And so we have a redesigned head. We found out that, traceless doesn't work in it. We have the redesigned tip. Our labels are freaking sick. So you want to get the labels, and you want it to give us a shot of the old sprayer setup over here. Yeah. You want it to look like that. And then I think we just launched or are launching the video on me putting these together in the black series in the back. We talked a lot about the black. The black isn't as perfect looking out of the box, but once you put the label on it, even for me, even with all my whining and complaining, it's fine. They turned out all right. All built Hambers in stock. So I want to mention that the vast majority of built Hamber products, if you don't see it on obsessedgarage.com, I would appreciate you buying it from me. So we stock touchless, traceless, Atomac, Corusol, Surfix HD is all in stock at OG. But if there's something from built Hamber that you want that we don't have in stock, go to Detailed Image. And then there's some other places like local, like I know Ryan from Fine Detailing has has stuff over in Arizona on the West Coast, and there's quite a few other shops that have it as well. You can just Google search it, but we're the North American supplier for built Hamber, I guess the U.S. supplier for built Hamber. And if you see something that you might want that we don't have in stock here, you can find it at the Greg and the guys at Detailed Image do a good job of keeping it in stock. And then Color Lock, I don't know what that's going on with Color Lock, but we have quite a few Color Lock leather brushes. These are going to be hard to get. So if you like these brushes, you might want to grab a couple of them. I don't know what's going to happen. They were purchased by Chachki, but we can't get it, any stock of it. We'll be launching Leader Max here in about a month. In a few weeks. So if you want some Color Lock brushes, you can grab that.
All right,
we'll be demonstrating and showing you touchless, traceless, and stuff throughout the week, the weekend as we kind of work through.
Got one question here for you from Christopher. He says, "Hi Matt, can you talk a little bit about the audio solutions?"
Actually, yeah, audio solutions. I have two of them here. So we have what do we have? We have basic, advanced, Ultimate, and then Maddie Spec. Yeah, yep. The Obsessed version. So the basic, and I stole the whatchamacallits, the isoacoustic stands. So the basic setup, and this actually works out pretty well, where we put the subwoofer on top of the cabinet array, because a lot of you might not have a place to put the subwoofer, and actually sounds really good up there in the corner. So these are PSB P5s, a pair. The Power Node Edge, and then an SB1000 subwoofer. It's freaking sick. It actually, in some cases, it rivals the next step. So that's the entry-level solution if you weren't going to do, just say, Pulse M. So the ultimate entry-level solution would be to do a pair of Pulse M's. Because you can put those in stereo mode, it operates on Blue OS, you can get high-res streaming, the quality is decent. It'll make some sound in your garage, but obviously wouldn't have the excitement factor that this would have. What's the price on this system? Was it like $1,800 or something like that, or $1,500?
For the basic garage audio solution, it's $22.13, but that entire thing gets the 10% or the 15%.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I think that's the minimum that you want. If you're not going to go to that level, then you're going to want to just get a couple of $400 Bluetooth sound bar thingies. Just get the Pulse M's. I've eliminated. I was looking for something a little cheaper, but it just doesn't elicit the response I'm looking for in the garage. So the basic solution is this. The advanced solution is here. So this advanced solution includes the LYD 8s. So these are studio monitors. So these are a little bit different. The PSB are passive speakers, and then you have the Power Node Edge, which is an amplifier. Really won't look any different for you. Really doesn't matter much. The only difference is you run a pair of speaker wires from the Power Node Edge to the PSBs. On this, you run a pair of XLR cables. And when you buy the package, we send you everything you need. So the proper XLR is everything you need to make it work. And so LYD8s, the proper sized, these are the isoacoustics, Apparel 200s. The entry-level system comes with Apparel 100s. So it does come with them. I just stole them because we ran out of stock and somebody needed them. I sold a set of speakers. And then this is run, because the speakers are self-powered, but this is run by a node. And this node has the ability for DIRAC, so you can get a DIRAC license and do DIRAC room calibration. The new node has that capability.
You don't have to. The LEDs actually sound really good out of the box, but if you wanted to do a room calibration, it does make a pretty significant difference. I did direct calibrate this area, and then this one comes with an SB2000, so the slightly bigger, slightly more powerful woofer. So you have the 2 pairs of LEDs, and then you have the slightly bigger subwoofer. And what's the advanced package price wise?
The advanced package is $3,500.
Okay, so you'd save yourself $350.
And we have one in stock right now, so.
And then I've decided to stock them all in black only. I mean, no one's buying white for their garage. If you need white, you can always send us an email and we can custom order stuff. But we're trying to narrow this down to make it simpler for people. The next system above this, which is what I'm gonna put this in my house. I'm gonna bring the Core 59 package here. So we'll have the flagship, the Obsessed version here at HQ, but the ultimate version is LID 48s, which are the horizontal 3-way speaker. These are a 2-way. The Apparel 300, which is the larger isoacoustic stand, a Node Icon, and a Dynaudio Sub 18S. And that's what, like $5,000, $6,000, something like that?
It's $5,300.
Yeah, $5,300 for that. Now that will rip your face off. This will do pretty close, but that will destroy. I'm actually going to put that in because my garage at my house, the Core 59s are awesome, but I want to display all different versions. And basic system here, advanced system here, the Obsessed version in the back studio, and then at my house will be the ultimate version. The Obsessed version is a pair of Core 59s, Node Icon, and a Core sub. And then if you want to get really obsessed, you would do 2 Core subs. I'm gonna have 2 Core subs back there in HQ land in my studio in the back. And that system's what, $12,000 or something like that?
12,000, yeah.
$12,000. It gets a little crazy. And then if you really want to do it right, if you have a large array, like if you have a Matty spec array, so for like an array like this or this, where you have say you have a TV in the middle, I don't think you need a separate sound bar. But if you're doing a really large array and your speakers are wider, I like to put them wider. So I can, cover and disperse the garage better, but then you don't get a nice center image, and so it doesn't do so great when you're trying to watch TV. And so what I do is I put a sound bar into the equation as well. So I turn my $12,000 Obsessed system, add 4K for the extra Core subs here at 16, and then you have a $3,000 sound bar. And then you have a $5,000 TV. So you're $25,000 to do the Obsessed version, but you got to be into it. I'm into it, and I'm thinking about. The only problem is I didn't run an Ethernet cable. I was thinking about doing a Kaleidoscape in the garage out back here. That'd be kind of cool. So that's if you get really, really crazy. But I don't think we ran Ethernet back there, so it's still too late because it doesn't operate on Wi-Fi.
All right, we got another question from Spicy. He says, all right, Matt, I'm looking for even better than Black Friday deals. Do you have anything used you're wanting to sell on the down low? Also, I just placed an order for Swiss tracks.
What do I got? I cleaned pretty much everything out. I sold the JTRs. I sold those. I do have a NAD D3045. I'm waiting on the remote control. I need to do a hard reset. It kind of stopped working for some reason. I think it's just kind of locked up. That's a D3045 is like I think it's a 50 watt per channel like desk amplifier. So if you wanted a sick amplifier for your desk speaker, it has USB-A input or USB-B input, and it works really great with your like Mac or your PC. That's $900 retail. I'd sell that on the cheap, say $400, something like that. I am going to have rebuilt Krensla K622TS. So it's going to be rebuilt. We'll sell on the cheap. And then if you want to stake your claim on that, and I'm going to have the original AR630. So Mike and I are building these next week on Tuesday.
So we're going to rebuild these. They have all new components. It'll be operating not as new, but they'll be operating. They'll be totally restored. And like buying a resto mod. Let's say $500 for each. $500 for the 1622, $500 for the 630. So that'd be a nice fire deal for you. I'm gonna have some sonic tools for sale, I think. Just some some bear tools. Like I gotta go through it, but I got a bunch of extra like this stuff I'll be selling. I don't have a list of it, and don't put the pressure on me. I don't want you. Don't stress me out. Sending an email saying, "Well, give me a list." I'm like, I don't freaking have a list. What else do I got? I'd like to sell my tangential bypass, the super vacuum. Let's say I'd sell that to you for $750. I think that thing's like $1,800 or something like that. That's a 240 volt. It's taller. It's like twice the size of the OG vacuum. Let's see, what else do I need to sell? I think we have some Cree 4K lights sitting around here we need to get rid of.
Sounds like we need to do an OG garage sale and just kind of open it up.
Yeah.
Put a price tag on everything.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna sell my Viper chairs once I get to Viper stuff, but that won't be anytime soon. I think we still have that little dainty quick jack. Like the entry, what is that quick? Like the TL
3500.
Yeah, 3500. It doesn't fit much. That's like the track one. So if somebody wants to buy that puppy, let's say $1,000, I'll sell it to you on the cheap.
Yeah, we have it listed on our website for $1,600. So if you'll come pick it up, we'll do $1,000.
Yeah, or
maybe we'll ship it.
Yeah, we could probably ship it still.
We'll ship it.
Yeah. But you're on your own. If I ship it and it's damaged, you're out of luck. That's the risk you're taking. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. We've cleaned this place out pretty well. Yeah.
All right. Another question for you. Mr. Jeff W. wants to know, is there any update on the Max Flow pressure washer?
No, I need to get working on that. I'm sure Eric's going to start yelling at me soon. He's working on software tweak to see if we can use that sort of ECU or that controller driven on off. If he can get that to work, I'd like that. But if we can't, we're going to have to put oh shoot. I thought Brian said he sold that GTR. I'm going to have to ask him.
He didn't sell it to you?
No. What was I talking about? I got distracted there. What were we just asking about? Oh, MaxFlow, sorry. Yeah, so we might have to put a pressure switch on it. We'll see. I want it to be instant on off. And if it's not close to instant, then it's just nice to have that controller driven that you can make adjustments to it. But it's pretty sick. I mean, I'm pretty certain we're going to have an OG version of it in some form or fashion. So that'll be launching here soon. And the target price point is like $400, $350 to $400. Anyway, so we give you my GTR update, which doesn't help us on Black Friday. buy stuff, lots of stuff, and that way I can get a GTR. How's that sound? Let's say we can get a GTR so we can share it with everybody. So I'm 100% R34, not an R33. I was thinking about R33 for a little while because it's a lot cheaper. But R34, and the top rank but the guy just texted me about it. It says sold on the website. It's a 1,700 kilometer Bayside Blue, R34. It'd be about 200 landed in the U.S. But then I got to spend another pile of cash to get it dialed. And then, when I'm done with it, then you try to sell it.
No. I think it can be worth a lot of money. I don't know. I'm just looking for a fun project, and I'm not ready for it, so I just need to let these cars go. I'll find a good one when I'm ready. I'm gonna finish the Tesla. I just talked about this inside the Hex. I want to finish the. I just ordered the Mountain Pass suspension. We're gonna finish the Evo with wheels and front bumper, headlights, taillights. And I got the TE 37 SLs in the back here. I just got those. I got the Evo 9 bumper. It's down at Jose to get him to paint match it. And so the Evo will be kind of dialed and tuned here shortly. I got to finish the Broncos front suspension, swap out the springs. And then I got to finish the GT3 and the GT4. So I got a lot of work to do. So I should like sit tight here. But last thing I need is another car. And then I got to sell one of them to figure out what I'm going to sell in order to do the GTR.
So there you go. We got to be successful on Black Friday so Matt can buy his GTR. And speaking of the fire deals earlier, maybe not quite a fire deal, but we might have a car for sale pretty soon to help fund that. So just to round all this out, Matt, if you want to close it up and kind of tell people what's in store for Black Friday weekend, what they can expect stream-wise, big sales, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we won't be, everything that's added is added, right? Don't be afraid to buy stuff, even if it says reserve your spot, because we'll keep you up to date and we'll get it for you. We're going to go get it. You want to lock your space in line, especially AR630s. If you want an AR630, no one's getting one in stock for a while. So the best thing you can do is get your spot in line as early as possible. I'll get probably the lion's share of them in the marketplace. I don't know, but I'm assuming so because we're the biggest buyer of pressure washers. So we'll get the lion's share of them. So you lock your spot in line. So don't be afraid. Lock your price in, and then as soon as they arrive, we ship them out almost immediately. You want to. You're good up until midnight Eastern on Cyber Monday, but I wouldn't wait. The longer you wait, the longer it takes us to get the stuff because we get kind of backlogged. So if you order today, we'll probably have the darn things shipped out by this week, depending on what you order. Whereas, if you order on Cyber Monday, it usually takes us 7 or 8 days to catch up. And then you may end up, some of your stuff goes on reserve your spot. So it may take us even longer on some of the stuff. So the smart thing to do is to get your order in now. The sale runs through Cyber Monday at midnight, like I said, Eastern time, and we're going to run live streams Friday. We're going to do 3 different ones. We're going to do 2 different streams on Saturday, probably 1 on Sunday, and then 3 different streams on Monday. And we'll be doing we'll be doing early, midday, and late on Friday and Monday. I think like a 6 to 8 p.m. deal. We're gonna try to be where people are. So we're gonna do some sushi bonanza, products team and Maddie
Completely just crash.
live stream.
That's how it happens.
Yeah,
it's like this, and it goes.
Yep. And so we wanted to dig into the doorbuster stuff now, introduce the stream, the stream, but then we're going to try to get through the vast majority of all the products we sell. We're going to go around this building. We want to give you a tour of what's going on in the warehouse this weekend. We want to give you a tour of the studio update in the back, which you'll want to check out. And hit up our design folks are sitting there, working on projects, doing deals. So make sure you go on obsessedgarage.com and get signed up for the design team. Yeah, we're at like $300,000 today. It's pretty good. 290,000. I think we did like almost 500 on the first day on Friday for Inside the Hex. We've done about 100,000 a day since. So my goal is to do 72 million over the weekend. I don't think we're gonna hit it.
Just shy of $1 million right now, 965 for the whole sale so far.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, last year I think we did 2.5 or something like that. Yeah. So our goal this year would be to do 3. That's what we're hoping to do. So
I don't know what that gold does for us other than, gets me out of hock with the world. so, always built Hamber, press all this stuff, buying, pay off my bills. So that's the plan.
Bills get a GTR.
Bayside Blue.
Yeah. The GTR is only coming if something else is going. So.
Another blue car.
Yeah. So we may just do some sort of swap. So if you're interested in any of the other cars, hit me up. I'm sure the right number I can be convinced.
If we could sell an Evo for $200,000, we would.
Yeah. Evo, I'd say Evo 85, which is a freaking sweet deal. I paid $76 for it and didn't even run. I needed timing belt and fluids and tires and battery and everything. Now it's freaking sick. I'd say E92 200. So these are not fire deals. The RS 300. Yeah, the RS 300. What other car do I have? Oh, GT4 RS. Whatever MSRP is on that, So, yeah, I probably wouldn't sell for MSRP. It would have to be because I did the PPF and stuff, it'd have to be 10 or 15 over in order to convince, because I don't want to sell it, to convince me to sell it. Tesla's not for sale, because I need that. The Bronco's. Actually, if you wanted the Bronco, I would sell you the Bronco, what I paid for it, or close to it, and I'd do another one. Just for the fun of it. So if anybody wants the Bronco, I think the Bronco was $190. If you don't want to wait, because it takes them a while to build it. So if you wanted the Bronco, I would sell it to you. And it's better because I did all my stuff to it. It's all dialed in. Just needs another quick little polish and coating. I would sell the Bronco, and I would do another one, and I would do a probably V8 swap in the other one. That'd be pretty sick. In fact, I'd like that. Somebody please buy the Bronco, which is my favorite car. I'm gonna do another white one, do the same wheels, same thing, and just do it again. It'd be sick.
We need to put a section on the website. It's just your cars, and then we'll have the prices and
just unofficially for sale. I could be convinced at any time.
Price tag, right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to sell any of them. I'm pretty content that I'll keep them all, and maybe add the GTR, next year sometime. In a perfect world, I would be patient enough to do the GTR in the spring, summer. And I'm gonna do a whole series on this Matt Mormon channel on it, and then that car just becomes kind of the mascot. Maybe that sits in Middleton showroom. It'd be a draw, to bring younger people in to come see not so much the older people, but the younger people would want to come in and see that thing. That's what I had envisioned for it. I'm gonna build it and it's gonna frickin' sit, but it's kind of fun. Yeah, buildings for sale. Yeah. Businesses for sale. My house is for sale. Chase is for sale. Everything's for sale. Yeah.
How much has just become Matt Mormon?
Yeah.
$30 million.
That's probably a pretty good idea. Yeah, just buy me out and you just come. We'll slot you in to be me, and you can just get on camera and you can manage all the people and And that's a good idea, Nick. I should do that. Yeah, 30 mil. I think I'd take 30. It might have to be 50 because I might run out of money if I only had, if I had 30.
Swap lives with somebody.
Keep buying GTRs. You might run out.
Yeah, you just keep just move into the house, take the cars, take the building, take the business, the whole thing. I wonder if somebody would want to do that. That'd be kind of cool. Have the YouTube channel,
Only caveat is you have to shave your head.
Well, you want to try to,
mimic you in some way.
Problem is, the guy's 5'5" and
What if you were like the tech guy and you love cars and you had a bunch of money and you're like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? You could come just slot into.
I'd like to be Matt.
Yeah, he probably won't want the house. He'll build a better house, and he'll make this building really sweet. Everybody will like him better. He'll run the business better. The YouTube channel will like him better.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go and chill.
You can go buy your ranch in Canada.
Yeah, and I'll build a road that only I'm allowed on. and just drive around on that road and just hang out. I'd be bored out of my mind in about 6 weeks. Yeah.
That's life.
Wait till we get to the end of these streams, and on say Sunday, it's gonna get real dicey. It's when you get the real inside scoop. And I start sharing all my secrets. Anyway, thanks to the few of you who showed up here on Tuesday, and we'll see you on Friday at what time? Did we decide? Is it 10?
I believe it's 10.
Yeah.
The first one. It'll be out on socials. It'll be out on all the channels telling you when the live streams are. So
yeah. It can't be 10 because I'm going to the gym, so it'll have to be probably noon.
We have 4 or 5 live streams on. I think there is one at 10.
We'll be at the gym with camera.
Yeah. I'll probably skip that and be here at I get picked up at 10:30, so maybe it's 11:30, 11:15.
Yeah.
I'll come right into it, and then we'll talk about a bunch of different stuff. We'll start to dig in. We're going to dig into the Mosmatic stuff. We're going to dig into press all black shirts. We're going to dig into bucket package. We're going to dig into everything. We'll maybe even wash a car. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff. Lev rack. Yeah.
All right.
We'll see you guys. We'll see you on Friday. Keep buying. Get me a GTR. I need to stop saying that. No one's gonna buy anything. You're like, screw you. You don't need any more cars. Yeah. I probably shouldn't want to have the GTR. So, anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you on Friday. Happy shopping.